All right, y'all, welcome back to yet another one. This is Thomas G. This customer does not have a broken cable, but it came off. We're not going to put it back on. It's rusty. That's a disservice. I offered the customer a new opener, new rollers and bearing plates, and a spring. He declined that offer as he's moving. Let it be someone else's problem. That's fine. At least I offered it. We will leave a sticker. Whoever the new homeowner is hopefully calls us for the stuff. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They need more than that, but they just said, well, let's get it up and running, fix the problem. I said, okay. We worked out a cost, and here we are. We're going to put a pair of cables on today. And just so you guys know, I'm willing to show you how to do that for free. Do not attempt it unless you know what you're doing, as it's very dangerous. You will get hurt, I promise you, if you do not understand the counterbalance system. I could pull the cord, door will go crooked. I can get it down as far as I can. It's got one cable on still, holding the spring tension, which is dangerous. So we could either pull this, see how it still stays, but it's crooked. There's no cable over there. So that's obvious. Up, down. It's going to want to go crooked, but you know, it's going crooked. There's nothing we can do about that. It's full of water. I don't know why. But we just tell that door, you're going to do what I say. And you're going to go down today. Take your torsion winding bars. Put some light on the subject, and you get that spring tension off of this. However you do that, it needs to be done safely and correctly. Set screws have a square. This is a 12.7/16 ratchet socket. Just pop those safety screws. And now our spring is not connected to the pipe. See that? I can turn that around. I would bring you closer, but I need you to see from afar so you understand what's going on. All right, now the door is shifted this way. We're going to shift it back, pulling on the run. You get a long screwdriver, and you got to get that cable off. If the post on the bottom brackets are really rusty, you've got to offer that. You have to. You cannot leave it because then the new cables will just get rusty again. This customer does not have rusty bottom brackets, so we will just leave that for now. 7-foot doors need 8-foot 6-inch cables. So it's 1.5 feet extra per foot of door. So if you have a 6.6, that would be an 8-foot cable. 8-foot door takes a 9-foot 6-inch cable because we need room to wrap it on the drum. Okay, we also need to loosen the drums. In a perfect world, this door needs to be replaced, and so does the opener. But again, we offered that. They declined. As long as we offer it and they understand the risk. Take that same screwdriver and get that loop back on that bottom post. Tuck them up behind the rollers. If you want to, you can stick it in the barrel of the hinge, number 3 or number 4 or whatever, depends on the height of the door. We need to go back that way. Just give it a tug. Set the cable. But also, I was explaining to the customer that something is happening to cause this, because the cables aren't broken. They came off. Well, why did they come off? Spring tension's still there. They shouldn't have came off. So if you know what you're doing, you know what to look for. Problem is, not everybody knows what they're doing. They reset it, charge them, and leave. And then it comes back. So we need to take some measurements and mark to the first roller from the vertical to the horizontal radius. I'm going to measure down to the first roller and put a mark on there. Also put a mark on your measuring unit here. This has to be the same. It has to be the same in order to get this working. And it's not too bad. I've seen so much worse. But this side has to go up. There's no doubt in my mind that that being off a half an inch is the problem. So how do you do that? Take your drill, 7/16. It's bent, you know, because I'm a man and I do manly work. And I drop stuff because I'm not perfect. We got to take out the lag screws on the flag bracket. Pardon the noise. Hopefully it's not too loud. Nothing I can do if it is. Hopefully they're noise canceling microphones. Now what am I doing here? Shouldn't I be careful? You're taking the holding bracket out. Wouldn't the door fall? No. You'll be fine. I believe this concrete has settled, causing this to drop. So now we lift to our mark and pin it down. Take a non-rusty leg to get it back over here. Because the one I took out was rusty. Okay, so now the door's even. Well, should be. Now we take our deep well socket, 12.7/16, so we can loosen the drums. We need them to spin freely for this job. Okay. Again, I offered to replace these. Listen. That jiggle is a bad bearing. It'll still work, but I don't know. In a perfect world, we want to replace that stuff. But not everybody has the funds, the means, or the situation in their life might not suffice. This guy's moving out. He doesn't want to pay all this money for someone else to enjoy something he paid for. Put a new opener in there. I mean, it might help sell it, but this is a condo. It's an apartment building. So put the cable on the drum. This I never loosened. We kept the set screws on here. It doesn't make sense to loosen it. Get it tight, fairly tight, just snug. It doesn't need to lift the door. Clamp it with a vice grips. This is your helper. That's like a friend sitting over here hanging onto that, making sure this cable's tight. Wop, wop. Now we can come over here and put up this cable. What I do is I take this wire snippers, multi-tool, needle nose pliers, etc. And I pinch that right before the grommet there, and I give it a 90 bend. I know you can't see that, but it's bent now, and it can hook in the drum. See that? It's not coming out. I don't know if you can see. I'm not going to bring the camera over here, but it won't come out. We wrap the drum, cable on the drum, set our bar in there, Put some weight on it. Forward. Set your set screws with your 7/16 12-point socket. Just a little blast will be enough. And then hand tighten, because why am I going to ratchet all fucking day? Nothing crazy. Now the magic happens. Actually, I didn't even take the tension off the spring, so I'm already done. It took me so long because I'm talking to you guys. Otherwise, I've been done. So, with that being said, give it a little extra umphers for the, well, you know, it's been used, so we'll wind it up a little more. Set the one. Can't reach it with my drill. I tighten it by hand. I put my ratchet socket on. Give it a few blasts. Come over here, get that vice grips off. But I could also show you something too. Disengaged, take the vice grips, and now I can test it. Oh, did you guys see that? That is not good. This whole platform is loose up here. That's no bueno. I don't even know how to address that with the guy because he doesn't want to spend extra money, which is, I mean, come on. In order to know if I did a good job or not, right now the spring is at barely any tension because it's up. It's unwound. When you close your garage door, you're winding your spring for the next lift. So right now we're at about a quarter turn, half turn, holding tension. So we got to check the cables. I know you can hear that. It's strum tight. Strum tight. There should be no reason this comes off track. Just from normal operation. I said if they did it, I would spray it for free. Kind of help alleviate some of the pain. Not doing much. I'm just putting spray where spray belongs. I could nickel and dime the customer, but like I said, they weren't having any of that. They don't want to deal with, if you spray the cables, might help not rust as fast. I mean, I don't know if you notice all this moisture. Everything from the parking lot is melting this way, right here. I mean, it's frozen here. The track is rusty. It's not a good situation. You want to spray the spring, like I said, it winds and unwinds. So that friction, the metal against dry metal, it'll break your spring a lot quicker than you want it to if you do not spray it with some sort of penetrating white lithium twice a year. Get the end bearing plates, get the cables, get the track, make the track waterproof so the water can't just sit on there. Chain and chain rail. All the way down. Now I could tighten that chain and fix that, but my Lord, I warned you. I offered all of it and they declined. So do I waste my time and throw some screws in there because I'm a good guy? Or do I go knock on the door and say, pay me more money for a few screws? Well, you know what the answer to that is going to be when you're dealing with Tommy G. I really don't miss a beat. So I'm going to go to my truck and I'm going to get something just to know that I'm not going to be back dealing with that. And I could leave it. And then I could say, well, wait a minute. That you're going to have to pay me more money to fix that. I just don't think that's right. It's a few screws. You know, A1, easily. They don't care. I just left the estimate, which I probably do the door and opener tomorrow. His story was he's done with A1. A1 garage doors. Owner is Tom O'Malley or some shit. He's a goofball. He might be a millionaire. I'd rather be a millionaire with positive reviews. He's a millionaire with a crap load of negative reviews. Well, that's on him. Oh boy. No, I don't know where that is. That's not good. Come on. Where did that go? There it is. Thought I had to go to the truck for a second. Again. Anyway, we're going to run in just a few screws. We're going to really drive them home too, like through the wood. And as far as I could go. As far as the bit would let me go. You see that sync up? I mean, 2 screws. 2 screws. And I'm already better than I was before. We're on 3. I got 2 to pick up. I dropped 2. And then 4. That's all I'm doing. I'm not getting paid extra for this. So I'm not going to act like I am. Look at that. Oh, man. You're welcome. One more for the old S and giggles. 3 to pick off the ground. Just so this can't rock forward. Now we just pin that wood to the joist. So I'm confident we're good. And on a Genie, it isn't really hard to tighten the chain. It's just a matter of knowing how to. And that's back here at the front. There is a 1/2 inch or a 7/16 bolt. You can put your ratchet if it fits. And then you want to go righty tighty. 1. You can actually watch the chain go up. I wish I had a GoPro. The chain just went up a lot. So we're done there. That took 2 seconds. These kind of look like they're coming out of the mounting bracket. So just to be safe, we'll throw 1 self-tapper in there. Make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. On Genie sensors, we got a green and a red. Just want to make sure those bad boys are talking to each other. Clear up any cobwebs. Straighten them out. If they are, this one's flashing, see? I need to line that up, man. In a perfect world, I told him to replace it. But it is what it is. And that is it, my friends, in real time. Check the timestamp. That is really how long it took me to put cables on. If it's a 10-minute video, a 15-minute video, it doesn't matter. I got to find 3 screws. 1. Absolutely cannot leave it. Because if the customer picks it up, she's going to want to know where it came from. 2. And I believe one over here somewhere. 3. I got them all back. Put them in my pouch. Grabbed a little too many. And that's it, my friends. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost the customer. But let's just say I can sleep at night, and he will too. He's not going to ponder or leave a bad review. He's not going to go, oh my gosh, what happened? Wait a minute. Let me research this. Do some research, and then you find out, did I just get lied to and taken advantage of? More than likely from A1. That's neither here nor there. Thank you for watching my door off track cable tutorial, how to reset the springs and cables. Keep watching for more. Videos are only going to get better from here. I promise.